Yeah, I do feel that, but also like you, I still have real challenges. Like sort of often when I sit there, like last night, I woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning. One of the dogs was barking. I let the dog outside. I know that I'm not going to go to sleep. I can tell as soon as I wake up that I'm not going back to sleep. And so I go into the room and I wrap myself in this rather lovely blanket that I've got. It's like sort of like the robe you'd put a baby in. It's very sort of cozy blanket. I wrap myself right up in this blanket and I just sit there and I think, okay, return to the mantra, return to the mantra. And my little mind goes through every single problem in my life. Oh, I'm concerned about that. I'm concerned about that. I'm concerned about that. And it's like, I literally am not getting 1 or 2 seconds of mantra repetition, because I know that you don't push or force the mantra, you just invite the mantra, and that you don't think of thoughts as negative or interruptive things. But like still part of me, you know, wants it to be a better meditative experience, even though the people that taught me TM, Bobby Roth, like he says, don't judge it. You're not meant to be, because I'm a drug addict, right? So I'm craving the experience of transcendence. That's what I'm sort of like, that's what I'm out for. And I can't really trick myself into going, don't worry about old transcendence there. Just enjoy sitting here with your eyes shut, thinking your thoughts. But actually, in my mind, I'm going, come on, shut down. I love that feeling of being shut down. I love the oblivion. And what is the oblivion, really? Selflessness, freedom, oneness. Do you see how all these things we're talking about are tying together? That somewhere in my own awareness is an impersonal consciousness. Now, an atheist or materialist like Sam Harris would just say that that can be understood on a purely materialistic and neurological level. But I would have to say that how come that these ideas have been present scripturally for time immemorial? And you could argue there as an atheist, well, just because they posited it in religious and spiritual terms with the limitations that they were experiencing then, the limitations of knowledge, that don't mean that they were, you know, they were right, because now we know neurology, now we can track the way that energy moves about in the old brain. But my sense is that we have to return to that Terence McKenna quote: you can't understand the universal mystery with a primate's neural network. So I still have meditative, like what I tell you, one thing I do differently. Sometimes when I've got time, I think I'm just meditating until I have the experience. I don't stop. I'll sit there and I'll think and I'll think and I'll think and I'll go through all this stuff, and I'm gentle with myself and I don't sort of command myself to shut down. I just let it go on. And I do different techniques. Sometimes I go into the breath, you know, at the moment you are breathing in, at the moment you are breathing out, at the moment you are breathing in, like, you know, just following the breath, just very simply. And then eventually sometimes what it feels like to me, I don't know what you guys are getting. Sometimes like images come. Sometimes there's the sense of a sort of an approaching light within the darkness of my mind. And I think, truly now I am in the present moment. Truly now I'm in the present moment. And I recognize that I can't hold on to that experience, that experience is also just passing and transitory. Those are the moments that I crave, though. There is an anatomical correlative of relaxation when that happens. What my teacher, Bob Roth, who trained directly with the Maharishi, says is that, you know, all that thought activity, that's the body releasing stress, the body releasing tension. Embrace it, embrace it. Even in a shallow dive, we get wet. The ripples, the thoughts are just happening on the surface of the water, but there is a deep, deep calm, lower, lower in the water, all that stuff. So even after the amount of time I've been meditating, I still, like you, I want the sort of juice of the meditative experience, the oblivion that I was looking for as a drug addict. Aren't we, like, see, when people ask, do you believe in God? Of course we believe in God. We all believe in God. We're just choosing which God it's going to be. Is it going to be the God of work? Is it going to be the God of falling in love? Is it going to be the God of your own ego, of heroin addiction, of the God of self-doubt, of worthlessness and anxiety? There will be some totemic belief or object that you revere and worship and pray to. Worrying is just praying for what you don't want. So I think it's better to rely on and return to ancient principles and coordinates that were designed by the yogis, rishis, mystics and saints that went out into the utmost reaches of consciousness and brought back for us these treasures, these mantras, these experiences. I feel that the meditation is improving because I'm less of an arsehole. So that's, you know, the proof's in the pudding, right? You know, that's what they say to me. The meditation's not just about that 20 minutes when you're sat there. It's about how you're behaving, how you treat, you know, if you want to know how they say to me in my 12-step program, if you want to know how my program is, talk to my partner. You know, that's how you know. Don't ask me. I might think things are going great. And then you talk to Laura, she goes, no, he's a dickhead. But if Laura goes, no, things are going well, he's being polite and respectful, and he's not trying to use me as a kind of like to make him feel better about himself, you know. So the meditation is working. Does that help you, beloved and adored Carolyn?
I love you more. Thank you, Russell. Yes, it does help me.